So today I am going to speak to you about self-schooling. This is a way of schooling in which a student can learn school subjects himself, and it is now possible because of these three things. The one is the number of books which are available now. Second, you see, are these learning aids, and the third is the block games. So as you see, we have these three things through which a student can self-school himself. Now, how does this method work? As I told in my earlier video, that a student can start self-schooling or homeschooling from the third standard onwards. Now you will ask me that why from third standard, why not from second, or why not from first standard onwards? Because as far as my research goes, and I have observed many students, a child is comfortable with basic reading and writing of both Hindi and English language till third standard. He is able to read paragraph, he is able to understand basic words. So that is why I recommend that a student at least do 3 to 4 years of schooling, and then after third standard or even after fourth standard, depending on the student himself, he can opt for self schooling. Now how will this self schooling begin? So what we do in this stage, we first focus on what he has learned. We try to build his foundation and we do a revision, a thorough revision of all the things which he has learned in the first and the second standard. And for that we have these specific books. Most of the books are picture books. So now you see this book. This book is about words, and you see these beautiful pictures inside, and the meaning of each word is explained through pictures. So you see this study, you have this study here. So a child is able to comprehend very easily. Second, as you see that you have this opposite word book which has very colorful pictures again. All the word meanings are explained through picture and he can understand this very easily. You have this book of colors. Then we have this short sentences. We also have this kind of picture books. As you see, if you want to read about vegetables or fruits, so you have this beautiful colored pics, which makes it easy for a student to understand through the picture itself. And to revise basic sentences, we have this. We have around 12 to 15 very good books from early bird. You see this. It has again got very short and simple sentences for first and second standard onwards. Again, you see there are more word books here, because the main idea is the student should get comfortable with reading books, and for that words, vocabulary is the most important thing. Again, this type of books are there which we give to students. Okay, very short sentences and easy sentences, early reader, that is for early readers. Then we have this small story books for kids, some picture books, and this is a color book where a student can do colors. Now let me explain to you how it helps. When a student reads from this picture books, and this is just a few, these are just a few books which I have shown. A student in my Gyanshala library, he reads from at least 2 to 300 books. So you can understand that if a student is able to read in 1 year 2 to 100 this kind of books, what good foundation it will create regarding his vocabulary, regarding his comprehension, sentence construction. And you can compare it with schools also, where a student can read at the most 5 to 10 books in a year, and you can compare this with 200 books which a student will read when he starts reading himself. So you can see the comparison, and these books are of his choice. He understands them. He has already learned that in the first and the second standard, and now he is revising that through this kind of books. So this is the first part. Now you have to see what advantage self-schooling gives you. The main advantage is he can also learn from these learning aids, and that to himself. So you see there are variety of learning aids now, and I find these puzzles very important and very good for students, young students, so that they can do these puzzles, they can solve the puzzles themselves, and it helps them in problem solving. Again, it also helps them in keeping them mobile free. So that is, I think, one of the biggest advantage. A student should get addicted to this kind of activities right from his early childhood. And fortunately, we have hundreds of these kind of learning aids through which a student can engage himself. So these are just a few learning aids. Let me just tell you, now we have this small picture puzzle which a student can make. It has got around 6 blocks, you see, and he can do it himself, and then you can graduate him, you can graduate slowly. Now this one has around 60 puzzles. Okay, the bigger ones have around 100. So you see, there is plenty for a student to practice from. He can practice maths as well from these kind of blocks. And then you have this word blocks, word paper blocks. As you see that there are so many blocks here which a student can practice from, and this way what he can do, it solidifies his word building, his word understanding. Okay, so he gets to do from this, and the main thing is he doesn't need any help. He can do all this thing himself, and that is the main thing, and that creates a kind of confidence which no other training can provide. And Gyanshala has around 20 and 30 of these kind of things for a student of first and second standard. And then the last part, as you see, you have this games here, indoor games and the block games for students. You have this bullet blocks through which he can make a small tank. Okay, he can make a plane. Then you have this memory master, you have this other block games. Okay, you have this games through which he can make words. So there are around 10 to 15 type of these kind of games which a student of first and second standard can easily play, and he can spend his time, and this way he can develop his skills, because once he is habituated to practicing these kind of skills himself, later on when he becomes an engineer or if he wants to go into design, it will make him very easy to understand them, and he will have interest in that subject. So that is one of the main thing. All these things should go hand in hand right from childhood, and this is all what a student of regular students who join here from the first standard or second standard for regular coaching, they also get this book. And again, if anybody is interested in starting self schooling right from the third standard onwards, he can start practicing from these kind of books, learning aids and block games, so that he becomes habituated to self reading. So primary education is the most important thing in a kid's life, because if the primary education is good, so it creates a foundation of self learning, and it creates a foundation of self interest in learning. And so students can start reading books, they can start practicing themselves. And if you want more information in this, how to graduate to higher levels of learning, for which I will make videos as well, you can also contact me on my number, which is 8439585375, Gyanshala, Dehradun.